Hello, I'm Miss Barber. I'm head of Year 7, along with Miss McGlynn and Miss Harries, the deputy head teachers of Tretheris, and we're going to talk you through some of the key information that might be useful for you to know. Really sorry we're not able to do this in person, so please join us as well for a question and answer session at 6 o'clock on Wednesday the 8th of September. If you want any more information, I'll be around to do live questions that you might want to find out. So just to introduce the Year 7 team, who are going to be around all year to support your child. My role is obviously to help with everything that goes on in Year 7, whether that's academic or pastoral support. I've already worked quite closely with the Year 6 teachers to try and get as much information as I can about your child, to try and help them with the transition and to make them feel a little bit more at ease as they come up to us at Tretheris. I'm a point of contact for you throughout the year, as well as the children. So if there's anything you need, please email me, please give me a call, and I'll try and get back to you and support wherever I can. Miss Nolan is the deputy head of Year 7, and her role is almost identical to mine. So again, if you can't get hold of me, or if your child needs some extra support from the year office, then she's always available. So please do speak to her if you need any support. Miss McGlynn, deputy head teacher, is then really closely linked to Year 7, has helped a lot with the transition process as well, and she'll be around in the corridors in the assemblies again for your sons or daughters to ask if they need any support. So Year 7 is obviously the start of their brand new journey here at Tretheris. It's been another strange year for them in Year 6, and I know that a lot of the students haven't actually visited us before they joined us last week. I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that supported last week. The students were fantastic, and they had a really positive start, and I've been pleased with their first few days. Some of the terms that you might not be too clear on that you might have heard of, so you can see that obviously they have a tutor group, so that's their form tutor, who are the most important people that you need to know. So in the Year 17 this year, we have Mr. Russell, Miss Wayman, Miss Brett, Mr. Jones, Miss Bissenden, Miss Phillips, Miss Newnham, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Colombo, Dr. Sherwood, and Miss Kin. And these are the people that your child will see every single day, and their role is to support them throughout the 5 years in whatever capacity that they might need. So that might be attendance, uniform, mental health and well-being, supporting their progress. So please contact them if you need absolutely anything. They are your first point of call. We also then have teaching groups, and these are who they will have their lessons with. These are mixed ability in Year 7. And also I think it's a really good opportunity for your children to start getting involved in school life. We are able to offer a variety of clubs. We've got so many opportunities here at Tretheris, whether that's sports, whether that's art, drama, the library clubs, Bake Off. There's absolutely something for everyone, and I really encourage them to get involved in as many ways as possible. We also have study zones after schools, which is a place that they can go to do any of their homework. So if they need access to any of the school resources, and they're able to do that. As you can see, those are the days are here on this slide. Being prepared for the day ahead is obviously really important for all of us. At Tratheris, we call this NT Ready. Every day, the form tutors will be checking that your child is ready for whatever it is they've got that day. So we just ask that you could help us in doing that by ensuring they've got as much equipment as possible, particularly at these times during the COVID regulations in terms of sharing different equipment. It would be really helpful if your child can have their own equipment. This now includes the list that you can see on the screen, but really importantly, if they can also have scissors and glue, that would really help us out. It minimises the objects that they're sharing, it minimises the things that they're touching. So as much as possible, if you could get those things, that would be great. In the Year 7 office, I always have spare pens and rulers and rubbers. So if your child gets to school and forgotten their pencil case, they do not need to panic. If they get themselves organised in the morning, they can come and grab something which they then keep. But if you can support us in as much as possible with this, just making sure that they are independent and checking their own bags, but especially at the beginning, if you can just remind them that they need these things for their lessons, that'd be fantastic. Form tutors are there to help them and just make sure they're ready for the day, so that they can get the most out of all of their lessons. So at Tratheris, we really pride ourselves on a fantastic pastoral support team. Obviously, we have a head of year and deputy head of year attached to Year 7, as I've already introduced ourselves and the role that we do. But we also have a real huge team surrounding the pastoral side of things, including 4 wonderful ladies that work in our pastoral hub. We have the learning centre, but we also use some of our older students to do some mentoring. We also work with external agencies. If there's anything that a child needs in terms of supporting them pastorally, then we feel that we can offer them a really good support package, including the SEN team as well. So As always, please be in contact with us, but we'll also identify students that might be struggling, possibly feeling a bit nervous, feeling a bit worried about anything, but it could also be things that are happening outside of school or within school. So lots of things that we offer here to support them. One of the things that I always say though to the students and to the parents is we need to know about it. So please encourage your son or daughter to come and see me if they need anything, and the same for you. If you need anything at all, any support, then please be in contact, and we'll put things in place as soon as we can. Attendance is obviously extremely important. We need your child to be in school so that they can learn, and to help them with the best possible opportunities for their future. Miss Nolan and Mr Carter will be monitoring attendance throughout the year. So Miss Nolan, obviously as Deputy Head of Year 7, will be first instance monitoring any student that is below 97%. 97% and over is what we consider to be good attendance. Anything below that will trigger some of our attendance protocols. Mr Carter, who's assistant head teacher, oversees this, and anything where we're concerned, particularly anything below 92% of attendance, will trigger some further conversations from Mr Carter, and you will be contacted by one of our sort of attendance team. During COVID, the rules are that children still need to be in school. Obviously, if you have an extreme case where there is a member of your family who is vulnerable, or there is reasons that your child can't come to school, please be in contact with us as soon as possible, and we will have a conversation as to whether that's an acceptable reason for your child to not be in school. The COVID pandemic is no longer a reason for your child to not be in school unless you have specific reasons, so please be in contact with us. Some of you may already be familiar with class charts. You might have used them in your primary school. This is an app or an online website that we use to track all behaviour, all homework, positive praise, and you will be able to have direct access to this. In the next week or so, you are going to receive a login and a password. You can log in online and you can download the app straight to your phone. When your child receives a house point, or in some small circumstances, perhaps a negative behaviour point, you will receive this straight away. So you will be notified of how they're getting on in school. This is also where all of our homework will be set. So when a teacher's setting homework for a lesson, it will appear on your child's class charts, but you will also be given direct access to that, so you know what the expectations are of them that week. So please, if you could make sure you log into this regularly, and if possible, if you could download the app, that would be great, as this is one of the forms that we use as our sort of regular contact with parents for you to be able to track and monitor how your child is getting on. As I say, with the positive praise points, there are different milestones where your child will get things like postcodes. In Year 7, we do different prizes where they get raffle tickets and queue jump passes, and so it's important if you can monitor that as well as us, so that you can be chasing us if we're not giving anything that your child deserves. But a really, really important thing that we use to track attendance as well, so you can kind of see what we're seeing on a daily basis. As I mentioned before, using class charts, we monitor our praise and behaviour, but really importantly for me in Year 7 is about rewarding Year 7s for the amazing hard work that I know that they do. It's not just about the negatives, it really is at Tretheris about how well they're doing, and we want to constantly be reminding them that it's really important that they're acknowledged for their hard work, and we really want them to see that it's really cool to succeed. So at 10 house points, they're going to get some postcards. Okay, form tutors are going to track that and make sure that we give them a really important well done as they're settling in. And as I say, throughout the different kind of milestones, they then get different prizes. So the raffle tickets at the end of each term we draw out, and we get some different vouchers from local companies. There's queue jump passes for the hall for if they're school dinners. We then do different sort of like meet and greets for the head of year. We'll give them sort of personal praise. I will sort of invite them in. We'll have like a cake and just a sort of well done, and then eventually that goes on to meeting the head teacher. So we really want them to kind of feel valued, and obviously all those house points that they're achieving in lessons and their clubs sort of are rewarded with different things throughout the year. We know that a lot of our students will be bringing mobile phones with them. They have them in their bags. They are constantly on them at break and lunch times. But just to make you aware of the rules that we do have in school around mobile phones, they are not allowed their mobile phones or their headphones in at any point whilst in the school building. If they are found with their phone on them by a member of staff, it could be confiscated. So just to make you aware, we do allow students to use their phones at break and lunch times if they are in outside spaces. But obviously, along with safety protocols, we need to make sure that they're not taking photos, they're not filming, because we need to make sure everybody is safe. So just a reminder, they are not allowed mobile phones within the school building, and they must have them in their pockets, or even better, possibly in their bags. So at New Culture Ethos, we take real pride in our school uniform, and thanks again for the amazing support that you've shown, and the students have turned up looking really smart in all correct uniform, and that's how we want to continue for the next 5 years. So just for a bit of clarity, blazers are needed at all times. That includes the summer term. Obviously they can take those off in lessons with the teacher's permission, but yeah, they wear those at all times of the year. We insist on the shirts being tucked in. I know they think that I'm a nag when I keep saying that to them, but would appreciate if they could keep it tucked in. Trousers are to be tailored into the ankle. They shouldn't be rolled up. No leggings. They should be in plain black socks, plain black shoes, no tube skirts. We ask that they just have one piercing per ear, so just the one stud in their earlobe. No facial piercings at all. That includes nose studs. We ask for those to be removed at all times, so they can't just cover them up. They need to be completely removed. So please could they not have any piercings, particularly in the nose. No nail varnish or acrylic nails. They'll be asked to remove those as soon as possible. Hair colour should be natural, with no extreme haircuts as well. One of the changes that you might have noticed is that we no longer allow students to wear their PE kits to school. So that was something that we did last year because of the COVID measures that we had in place. We've now gone back to our normal routines where they'll be using the changing rooms, so they'll need to bring their PE kit into school and they're not to wear it until they get changed.
We also want you to learn at Tretheris and really succeed academically. We have a curriculum that's judicious, which means it's purposeful for you. We've thought about you as our Newquay children and what we think you need. Our curriculums are rich. They go beyond your exams and give you lots of knowledge and exciting experiences for you to learn. Our curriculum is ambitious and challenging and will really stretch and motivate you, and it's well sequenced, which means we've thought about what you already know in Year 6 and have built upon that to make sure you get the best possible learning. We have one curriculum at New Culture Ethos, and it's made up of 4 parts. Our academic curricula, which is your subjects, our pastoral curricula, so everything you get in form time through your assemblies programme, lots of extracurricular activities and programmes, and a careers curricula to make sure you're always heading for your next goal each year. And those 4 elements make up our New Culture Ethos curriculum. We have high expectations of you, Year 7, and we've designed and developed a range of knowledge and skills that excite you and will make you curious young people who can ultimately achieve highly, engage fully, communicate convincingly, and decide wisely. And these are our aims for all of our young people at Tretheris. Now, your Year 7 curriculum has been mapped out on one page so that you can really see everything that you'll be engaged in each term at a time. Everything from art through to maths to Spanish to your outdoor learning opportunities and your extracurricular and pastoral curriculum. Now, I appreciate that is in very small font there, so if you click on this link, it will take you to that page where you can read it more clearly. For now, here's a snippet of the things you'll be doing in the next few weeks. Making dumpy doorsteps in textiles, learning about natural forms in art, cooking from the Eat Well guide in food technology. You'll learn in EP about the 7 dimensions of religion, about the Normans in history, the power of storytelling in English, folk music in drama, cells and their functions in science, start some algebra in maths. There's climbing clubs, outdoor photography, music, sport, art and drama clubs to get involved in as well. Now, to help you navigate your way through all of this new knowledge and skills, each term you'll be given a learning journal. And Miss Strudwick, one of our geography teachers here, is attached to you as your curriculum learning lead for Year 7. And she'll be telling you about these learning journals each term. What these learning journals are is a list of knowledge and skills each subject has put together that you need to know to succeed in Year 7. It's a guide as to what you're going to be learning. You can use these lists to help you learn and revise any assessments you may have through the year. We'll be talking to you about our SORT programme, which is a Treferis revision programme that helps you engage in your revision in a really systematic and clear and supportive way, and the learning journals will help you with this. Here's one page from your learning journal. It's your history learning journal, and you can see through here all the skills and knowledge you will know by the end of this unit of work. Again, this is quite difficult to read, and it's only one page as there's just one subject here. So clicking on this link will take you to your Year 7 learning journal in full. But as I said, don't worry about it now. We'll talk to you about it in assembly soon. As you'll know from the last few years, sometimes there's been a bit of disruption, hasn't there? But this isn't anything you have to worry about, Treferis. If you have to isolate at home because you test positive, our aim, provided you're well enough, is to mimic the school day as closely as possible. So you'll log in into your Teams account and join the lessons live, just following your normal timetable. Here's a list of instructions as to how to do that, and your computing teachers will be talking to you about this over the next few weeks. Ultimately, Year 7, we just want you to have the best time at Treferis as you smile and learn and engage with your curriculum. We know that you can achieve highly, engage fully, communicate convincingly and decide wisely, and we are here to help you every step of the way. I'll be seeing you soon in our assembly. Good luck with the year ahead and enjoy yourselves.
Hello, my name is Mrs. King. I'm in charge of New Culture Ethos' Independent Learning Strategy, which is our homework policy. Independent learning is any work that is set to be completed outside of lessons that is not directly supervised by a teacher. This is to support your child to build knowledge and skills and therefore make improved progress. We've asked teachers where possible to link the independent learning they set to our SORT strategy. Students in Year 7 will be finding more out about SORT every Friday in their tutorial programme. So independent learning may involve summarising the work they've been doing in lessons using flashcards or mind maps or other techniques, organising their learning using personal learning checklists, spending time recalling their learning, or testing themselves using low stakes or high stakes quizzes. All independent learning will be set via class charts. It's therefore recommended that parents download the Class Charts app. If you point the camera of your smartphone at the QR code on the right-hand side, this will take you to a parent guide. Class Charts not only allows you to monitor the independent learning that's been set, but also any rewards and praise and sanctions that have been issued by class teachers. We appreciate some students may find it difficult to complete their independent learning at home. So we now have study zones available Monday to Thursday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. For Year 7, it's room R1 and R2. In these rooms, there is a designated member of staff to support, ICT available and other resources. As well as the study zones, we want to make sure that our protocols support students to complete the independent learning to the best of their ability. So if a student fails to hand homework in on the first instance, or it's not handed in to an adequate quality, they'll be given a H1 homework warning on class charts. They then have the opportunity to hand that homework in to their teacher the next day. If they still fail to do this, they will be given a H2 on class charts. H2 directs them to the study zone for support. They will be expected to attend the next available study zone session after school, and you will receive an email outlining the fact that they need to attend. Therefore, the study zone has a member of staff and the resources they need to complete that independent learning. If after the H1 and the H2 the homework is still not complete, students will get a H3, a homework head of department detention. Therefore, they will complete their independent learning at lunchtime. Please support your child by downloading the Class Charts app and regularly monitoring it at least once a week and encouraging them to be organised with their independent learning.
Thank you so much for taking the time to have a little look through this presentation. There's just some key information that will be useful for you. As always, if you've got any questions, please email them to me or Miss Nolan at year7@tretheris.net. We'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. As I said, there is a live question and answer on Wednesday the 8th at 6 p.m. And you'll be sent a Teams link to be able to join that. So if you are listening to this before that date, we look forward to seeing you then. Thanks very much.